Severus Snape managed to fool just about everyone into believing him one of Voldemort's closest allies. Some point to his abilities with occlumency as the reason he was able to fool Voldemort. But when you really think about it, this doesn't quite add up. Wouldn't it make Voldemort suspicious that he couldn't read Snape's mind? And if he was really so good that he could deceive Voldemort, how could Dumbledore possibly have such unwavering confidence that he too was not being deceived? Luckily for us, there is an explanation that satisfies all requirements. Voldemort is considered the greatest ligilimens in wizarding history, and I don't believe that Snape beat him by being more powerful, or even that his occlumency stood any reasonable chance against Voldemort's legilimency. But Snape didn't need to be more powerful, just smarter. One common theory is that Snape tricked Voldemort through being selective of which memories he showed. That his abilities in occlumency allowed him not just to block mental penetration, but to direct it where he wanted it to go. The problem with this line of thinking is that it assumes that Voldemort is just casually entering Snape's mind, looking to see what he can find, instead of looking for something specific. Voldemort mentions many times that he can always tell when someone's lying to him, and I think if he's entering Snape's mind specifically looking for a lie, then Snape redirecting his thoughts to some irrelevant memory is really not going to convince Voldemort that he's telling the truth. In order for Snape's lies to hold, Snape needs all evidence that it's a lie to be gone from his head completely. Voldemort needs to feel like he has complete access to Snape's mind, and yet still come away without seeing the deception. But Voldemort is only half the problem. Snape needs Voldemort to believe 100% that Snape is on his side. But at the same time, he needs Dumbledore to believe the exact same thing about him. He needs Voldemort to think he sees everything, but to miss the lie. But at the same time, he needs Dumbledore to know he sees everything, revealing the truth. Luckily for Snape, Dumbledore has a tool at his disposal that gives them exactly what they need: the Pensieve. Despite showing up many times over the course of the books, there really isn't a lot known about how the Pensieve works. We know memories can be stored in there to be recollected later. We know they are very rare, so much so that the founders of Hogwarts chose the location they did specifically because they found a Pensieve in that spot. But despite the limited information we have specifically about how it works, we can glean a lot of information by what we see people using it for. When Snape is teaching, or attempting to teach, occlumency to Harry, he removes some of his memories before they start and puts them into the Pensieve. This tells us something very important. Up until that point, the Pensieve's been used to see other people's memories. But in that moment, Snape is using it to hide memories. There are certain memories, such as the one where he is bullied by James and insults Lily, that he doesn't want Harry to see. So he hides them away in the off chance that Harry catches a lucky break and manages to enter into his mind. The fact that he can do this, remove his memories from his head completely, give him the means to deceive Voldemort. He simply needs to remove from his head any thoughts of loyalty to Dumbledore, of love towards Lily, anything that could give him away before he goes to meet with Voldemort. If Voldemort were to ask him anything and search his mind for evidence to the contrary, there'd be nothing there to find. And this is why Voldemort feels so sure that Snape's feelings towards Lily were simply lust, because Snape was able to hide his true feelings away in the Pensieve. This doesn't just solve the question of how he was able to trick Voldemort so completely, but it also gives us the answer as to how he was able to get Dumbledore to trust him so completely. It wasn't just Snape saying he loved Lily, and that he was now on the side of the Order of the Phoenix. Dumbledore could actually see it. With the Pensieve as the holding place for Snape's deepest secrets, and Dumbledore the keeper of the Pensieve, he was the only one with access to the whole of who Snape really was, and the only one holding all the information. I hope you enjoyed this theory. Quick shout out to my wife, Katie. This was actually one of her theories. When she proposed this to me, I felt like it just made way too much sense to not be the case. So if you enjoyed this, consider subscribing. We're only 25 away from 500 subscribers as of this recording. And thank you for watching.